Sausage.
Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome to Attack the Backlog, the podcast where I, Mark Kuznets, that's me, tries to make a dent in their backlog one game at a time. This is episode 2 of my attacking of Golf Story, and oh how I wish I could attack it. Why does the video look delayed? I feel like it's not running at the right speed, but I think it's okay now. I'm just losing my mind. And you know why I'm losing my mind? Because of Golf Story, and we're just going to get right into it. I hate this game. I don't hate it because of the game itself. I strongly dislike it because of the game itself. I hate it for the fact that it doesn't autosave all the time, and me learning that the hard way. You see, there are a lot of poor design choices in Golf Story, one of which is the inability to quit a challenge or restart a challenge once you've started it. And some of the challenges can be quite lengthy, like the dude who goes around to various golf courses creating their own holes and asking you to play them and defeat them. This is a challenge. And if you realize after the first hole that you've bombed so horribly that you have no chance of winning this challenge and you would like to restart or back out and do something else, level up a few times so that you're stronger, anything, you can't. And that's frustrating. It shows a lack of care of the player's time on the part of the developer. And there are quite a few things that show a lack of care for the player's time. But this one in particular really bothered me. And it bothered me so much that after getting frustrated by the inability to just restart the challenge, quit it, anything, I decided to go to the home screen and close the game entirely. This was my mistake. When I relaunched the game and continued, it didn't continue me where I left off. It continued me at the very beginning of where I enter this new area. Because it seemingly only autosaves when you enter new areas and but presumably at the start of a new day. You can save and quit when you're not in a challenge or something along those lines, but other than that, I don't think it's saving at any other point. You would think that maybe, probably, why not, it would save after each challenge, course, etc. is completed, but no. And maybe it specified this at some point, and I just wasn't paying attention because there's so much writing in this game that a lot of it just goes in one ear and out the other, but it still hurts. It hurts. I know it's my fault, but it's also the game's fault. We're both to blame here. Another way in which the game doesn't care about the player's time is by the abundance of writing in it. I talked about this in the last episode. Yes, it is called Golf Story. I am not surprised by the amount of story. Well, that's not true. I am surprised by the amount of story. I'm not surprised that the story is such a significant part of the game. I am surprised, however, by the balance. There is way more story than golf, and I would have preferred more of a 50-50 split. Or at the very least, with the golf, the gameplay of the game, a better split between actual golfing and the various challenges, which aren't challenges for the most part. They are just, here's a fucking circle, here's a target, hit the target. That's all they ever are. There's no creativity in the challenge design. It's just the same shit over and over and over again, with a few races sprinkled in here. Run to this thing and then run to that thing and then run to that thing. Ooh, isn't that so much fun? No, it's not. The mechanics are annoying. I hate having the movement of where you're going to hit the ball and switching clubs, map to the left analog stick. I said that last episode. I'm going to reiterate myself plenty, probably. And the game is so freaking long. I've played it now for probably around 14 hours, minus the hour I lost and had to redo. So let's say more along the lines of 12 and a half hours, give or take. And I still have at least 3 hours probably left. I have been doing a lot of challenges, not just doing the main path, but even so, it's a long game. And it's a long game because of the writing. Let's also keep in mind that probably about halfway through, once I hit that autosave fiasco, I, for the most part, stopped reading the text. I skipped the story, and there were times where I was skipping it, and it still took 5 minutes to just skip everything these characters were saying. These characters aren't funny, they're not clever, they're just annoying, and there's just so much of it. It's not an enjoyable story, and it's not enjoyable gameplay. This game is bad. Last episode, I was on the line, feeling kind of indifferent, wanting to give it the benefit of the doubt, saying, maybe this is a 5 out of 10. Maybe I'll even put it up to a 6. Who knows? No, this is a 4 out of 10 at best. I said to myself the last night of the stream of the week that I was done. I wasn't coming back, but I don't feel like beating the game off stream will do it justice. I need to keep playing it, even if it's only one more night and then the rest of the week is off. I can't let it beat me because I hate this game and I want to show it who's the boss. I'm the boss, not Tony Danza. I'm the boss.
How you feeling?
Awful. I just got the Nugget Patrol.
Oh, good.
But it's just been an absolute nightmare of an experience. I don't like playing it. I don't think there's consistency with how the ball comes out of various lies, whether it's sand, snow, tar, fairway, rough, deep rough, ice, etc. It's all just a crapshoot, it seems. And maybe there are factors on the screen and the UI that explain it better, but the game never explains it that well. And I feel like it doesn't work exactly the same way as other golf games. It's been a while since I've played a Tiger Woods game, not that there's been one in a while, or the PGA 2K series, the Golf Club series, which is now PGA 2K, right? Why am I asking you? But then I also think when it comes to the information provided via, not so much Win, I think there's a pretty decent grasp of Win. Usually anything 6-7 miles per hour or lower doesn't really seem to do anything. But when you're on a green and it's showing you the movement, whether you're going uphill, whether a ball or where you're shooting is leaning to one direction or the other, that seems like it doesn't actually make as much sense. The wording might say, oh, it's a very slight movement. There's very slight movement here. And then I hit it and it goes way in the direction it said it was going to go, way more than I was expecting. And that's frustrating. Having to do these stupid challenges with forced teammates who on purpose hit the ball like shit and are essentially just giving you a handicap. That's all the challenge is. It's a handicap challenge. Not saying the people who I'm being teamed up with are handicapped, but that in golf you have a handicap. I don't need to explain that. But that's all it's doing. And that is annoying. Not only because it makes the challenge harder, but because I have to watch this player hit the ball like shit. Just give me a handicap. don't put it into this stupid kind of story-related thing, I guess. It's just an absolute slog of a game that keeps going and going and going, and I won't let it beat me, even though I've heard the final challenge, the final golf game is a real frustrating time. I'm not excited about that, but we're going to make it happen, I think. I'm not yet 100% sure, but I'm pretty confident at this point that I am going to stick with it and, again, show it who the real Tony Danza is. That's me. But for now, once again, I am Mark Krishnez. Y'all can find me pretty much everywhere at PX Sausage. If you enjoy this here show or any of the stuff I do and what have you, you can support me and my nonsense over at patreon.com/pxs. There you get access to a monthly Q&A, some fancy Discord roles, a private Discord channel, some random drops here and there, as well as more. Or you could just support me to support me, of course. That is, again, patreon.com/pxs. In addition to the Patreon, you can find links to the site, the YouTube, the Discord, and so much more over at pxsausage.com. But that is it. That is all. As always, thank you for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed this here episode, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. But for now, adios, arrivederci.